My name's Ray Stoner. We're the Church of the Muzzle Flash. This is Drake Bailey. We're a nation of doers. We take donations. We can be reached at.
The website is www.churchofthemuzzleflash.com. There's a PayPal button in the lower right-hand corner. Send us what you can afford to do, and we'll definitely appreciate it, and we can put it to good use. I think you got that picture from what we've presented. Today, I came across an article from Jim Lay saying that he needs to implement a great increase in his staff so that they can be ready for the new coming of the resurrection of our economy. The only problem with that is that we don't have any building permits. We don't have the same number of school children. The population has declined, and we got aliens running around in Northport. All these really great things, corruption going on everywhere. But what I want to look at is the problems. Now, in conjunction with this, you've got in the business section today of the Herald Tribune, positive report on homes. Got a little graph and everything's it's got a little graph and everything's cool and all this. Well, next to it in the marketplace, it says Washington construction spending slips 0.2%. Somebody's telling somebody some kind of something that ain't right. I don't know what it is, but I get the feeling that maybe Jim Lay might be padding things. So I decided to get in touch with John Thaxton. I sent him an email today about problems and what we need to do about them. And I named Jim Lay as one of the problems. Now, I've been in touch with several people on the ecology and simple things such as this. Drilling to take a new look. Drilling to take a new look. Come on now. We're going to mess the beaches up even worse. We got red tide and all kind of dead stuff floating up on the beach. Now we're going to have oil spills. Wonderful. Well, so I've talked to Swift Mud at length, and I've written emails about it, letters to the editor, etc., published in both papers, the Herald Tribune and the Gondolier Sun. And one of the things I have stipulated is that we've got water problems. I came here in late 2001, and we've been under water restrictions since. And what this looks at is that Swift Mud has not been able to provide water. They've been addressing the situation. They put in a brand new reservoir, really good reservoir, beautiful piece of work. There's a couple of problems with that. One is that when you take water and store it down here open to the weather, it turns nasty. Gators don't even want to go in it. It's so nasty, and they live in the swamp, so that'll give you an idea. But it says, from Peace River to your taps. Oh boy, we're going to get swamp water again. Now, they did that in Port Charlotte during the height of our last drought. We've had some rain, so now everybody's going, oh, everything's fine. Well, not quite. So what I've asked and what I've suggested is a moratorium on building. I've tried and tried. Nobody seems to want to hear that at all. Ooh, we don't have any economy.
And this is not the first time. Drake is not the only one that's been doing. I've been advocating a building moratorium here for 20-some years. What do? They continue to build. They continue to burn the land, like over here on Deer Prairie Creek. They pay no attention to anything that the people that live here say. They have an agenda. The agenda is that of the builders and the developers, and they could care less about the people. Once they get them down here, they tax them to death. They give them bad water, bad services, corrupt police, corrupt politicians. If you say anything in opposition to any of this, they haul you away, like the guy on the scooter over in Englewood. He was just riding around. Now, I'm sure there's going to be repercussions about this, but it's about time that we had some repercussions. Both Drake and I have gone over and talked, not only to the Sarasota County Commission, but to the Northport Commission, to the Northport City Manager, to innumerable other people that are supposed to be in positions to be able to do something, like John Thaxton, like Shannon Staub. What happens? They write back and say, I agree with you. We're not asking for somebody to agree with us. We're asking for somebody to do something.
That'd be a good. That'd be wonderful if that ever happened. I think we need to build a fire under somebody.
Well, hopefully we're going to do it with this.
Well, in the email that I sent to John Thaxton today, one of the things was the first item I listed was moratorium on building. I think this needs to be done because Swift-Mud cannot guarantee that we're going to have drinking water. Okay, well that's so if you don't build new houses, you don't have 10,000 gallons a month or whatever it is normal people use to go along with the already pretty heavy consumption that we've got anyway. Now, the second thing was low impact industry. Okay, this can be assemblies. This can be a lot of different things. Colleges. Mr. Stoner and I put together a thing on esoteric sciences that we will be coming out with hopefully sometime a little later this year. And the name of it is the Royal Institute. Now, the third thing was preserve old Florida. If you don't develop, then you've got habitat. Then you've got the gators and the wildlife that people expect to see, like big birds flying around and this sort of thing that actually, brings people down here. They want to see that, but they also want something nice. We have enough of the nice places that we don't need to bring everybody down here permanently, and that's the difference between the development and construction projects that have been going on. Now, to go along with this, today in the paper, prolonged drought. And this thing starts out by telling you that an anti-grass movement is starting. Well, I didn't think much of it, and then I got to looking at it, and in this article it says a 20 by 40 foot patch of lawn requires 10,000 gallons of water to refresh the grass, keep it green, keep it from turning brown. Now, that doesn't count drinking water, so we're up to 20,000 gallons per resident. It wouldn't take too many of those to use up the buffer of the 1.6 million gallons that they have presently in the Southwest water supply that Swift-Mud is well aware of. So we dried up the Peace River once already. We ran the aquifer dry to the point where they could not pump any more water. And a couple of the deep wells down in Fort Myers didn't produce anything. So this is a severe water shortage. Now, our average shortage has been about 10 inches per year. So we've been getting somewhere in the neighborhood of 48 inches of water, rain, per year since I've been here. Now, back in 98, we had another drought. It got broke. But if you take just from the time I've been here, 7 years, and multiply by 10, that's 70 inches of rain that we need in excess of what we normally get. Spread that out a little bit. Okay, so let's add 10, maybe 15 inches extra. That's one tropical storm. And I don't know if you noticed, there's a thing called global warming and other excuses, and we did it and whatever, that bear on some of this. But the simplistic of it is, did you notice where the hurricanes are going? They're not coming here. Okay, that means that you're not going to get the tropical storm that normally would come through here either. If this is true, and we're going to receive slightly less over a period of time and less rainfall, that means we need to start a real serious conservation project now, not later, not down the road. We don't need to be drilling. We don't need to be doing this drilling offshore for oil. We need to be learning how to conserve water. One of these things would be the anti-grass movement. This is where you take the grass out and you put stones in, and whatever grows there, fine. That's all you have to remember. A lot of your subdivisions, though, are homeowners associations, and you may have a serious fight with those people over that type of thing, but a lot of them have been a lot of the homeowners associations have been beginning to allow the anti-grass movement to take hold. And it doesn't matter if it's stones or turf or what,
Now, there's a lot of technology that's available. There's reverse osmosis. We have several things that have been submitted to the powers that be that would solve this problem. That cheaply gives us fresh water out of the salt water in the Gulf. As per usual, don't bore these people with science. Now, we're the Church of the Muzzle Flash. We speak truth here. We're doing the best that we can in order to be able to make this work. We need your assistance. We're going to continue doing this as long as we can. If you're in agreement with what we're doing, write your elected representatives, get active, get out in the street. Let's get with it.
Thank you.